ladies and gentlemen, as Bunny says, welcome back to yet another game of American Truck Simulator. Now, this is just going to be a quick jaunt from one location to another. And I think that'll be it. I just wanted to show you what the game was like, and I thought I felt like babbling a little bit, so. That's my guy up there, and this should be a fun little go. Now, there's one thing I noticed in between Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator, and I wanted to get it out of the way in the first place. American Truck Simulator seems to be built upon a gamepad, so that the gamepad is far more controllable for the trucks. Yet in the American trucks, in the European Truck Simulator, I use my steering wheel, and that is it works far better. So there might be something to consider. One of the things, for example, if I try to use a wheel with these, with the American trucks tend to be bigger. They have this sudden jump. Now they might have changed it, but they fixed it. Because they're always fixing it and always revamping stuff. But there would be, it wasn't a dead zone, it would be you would turn a little bit, and the truck would be turning a little bit, and you would turn a little bit more, and the truck would suddenly, like, just veer 90 degrees, you know, like, or veer 45 degrees, like, real hard. And there was no way you couldn't have any kind of smooth turn. So you would have these, you would suddenly get these weird, you would keep trying to over adjust. You would suddenly, your truck would be turning way too fast to one side, so you would suddenly start trying to turn back. And you would be swerving left and right down the road. Even at a very slow pace, like I'm talking 20 miles per hour. Less than that, 50 miles per hour, you know. So, it is a good thing I found that gamepad works good for this. And that's what I'm going to do. And that'll help alleviate some of the crazy loud noises. Between the two different games now, it's funny, they're different. In American Truck Simulator, you get these long drawn drives that I actually prefer. But in the Euro Truck Simulator, you get these, I don't know, there's something I like about it. I like the way it drives, and I like the way the trucks are. I prefer the trucks in the Euro Truck Simulator, so no, we're gonna go for a job. One minute, let me go back to that. Nope. Let's go back to the map, and now I want to go to Farmingham because I haven't been there before. So remember, you can zoom, so you could zoom very far, so you could see what's there and what's going on. There is something here at either a recruiting agency or a truck dealership, and I'm going to check that out. I'm here at Flagstaff. I'm going to try to get a job going to Farmington through Hoboken and Gallup. Or maybe Kenyatta. No, I'll go this way. Well, assuming there's a job, so let's take a look. Freight market. Flagstaff. Let's look at the jobs going here. There's one going to Kenyatta. I could always pick up a job at Kenyatta going to Farmington. But let's see if we get one just going straight to Farmington. Okay, apparently not. And I was hoping maybe there would be one here and I'd just go straight through. But I guess not. Alright, let's try an external contract, and now this will link up to the world of trucks. Now the thing is, if you take an external contract, there are certain rules you have to abide by. You can't speed, you can't go past 55 miles per hour, and if you crash or anything like that, the game saves it. And you can't reload it. So if you crash, you mess up, and that's permanent. So, which ends up being pretty good, I think. It keeps you on your toes, and it's actually rather fun. So, why don't we try that? Let's see if I get one to Farmingham. There we go. Farmington, New Mexico. $29,000. Now, I noticed one thing in the American Truck Simulator. You tend to get a lot less money than the Euro Truck Simulator. It took me a great deal of time just to get like 4 trucks going. Even to just get this money going. I mean, a long time. 40 hours or something like that. 40 or 50 hours. They really cut down the money probably by half than the Euro Truck Simulator. So, what else is there? I just want to look for a second. Tires. Yogurt. What do we got here? Anything funky? Heavy loads or anything like that? Weird or crazy things going on? Okay. I guess not. Well, apparently Farmington wants its yogurt, so let's do that. Okay. Wow, that's a really low amount of money. The price per distance, $31.71 per mile is like really low. Yeah, it's even more. Where's the other one? There it is. $32.51. This is really cheap money, basically. But that's okay. I just want to get to the city, so let's do it. We're gonna be in that job, and now I'm gonna have to reacquaint myself with the control here. So I hope I don't start screwing stuff up. Okay. That's the brake, and that's the gas. Oh wow, I have 7% damage to my thing, okay. That's the map. That's the damage. Now the damage there shows the front cab damage, the trailer damage, and the cargo damage. Okay. The triggers are the gears, and what are the, okay, the bumpers are the, I believe, cruise controls. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, where am I going here? How am I getting in there? Okay, alright. Slowly making our way in there. Oh, I was pressing on. Okay, I was pressing the wrong button. I was pressing downshift instead of reverse. Slow down our brake. It is brake, isn't it? Which one's brake? Oh, okay, that's brake. Okay. I hit the totally wrong button for brake. Now you'll have to forgive me for... I usually drive pretty well, so... But the, here we go. The game does throw me off a little bit. The steering wheel is much better. I find the steering wheel much better. Okay. I'm just gonna have to take it easy. What is going on? Oh. Okay. Let's do this. Hopefully cargo won't get damaged. Okay, there we go. It's good to have a view. What I do is in the D-pad, I make some of the views up and forward, and the blinkers left and right. Now again, please forgive me. I'm trying to get used to the controls again. Let's see, where am I going? Okay. Any cars coming? Nope. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay. I feel like I'm just starting to get used to the control, so that's pretty good. It's a little slippery, a little easy. You know what I am going to do? I am going to do an American Truck Simulator. I mean, a Euro Truck Simulator with the steering wheel. And I know it'll make a lot of noise, but hopefully you get used to it. And you won't be too bothered by it. And you'll enjoy it. I'll certainly drive a lot better than this. And I like to see these railroad things there. They do close, and trains go by, so oops. Press the wrong button again. Man, I'm gonna owe a lot of money for damage for the cab. Usually it comes out to about somewhere around $1,000 per percentage of damage. So if it's 9% damage, it'll cost me like $9,000. In other words, it's gonna cost me to fix the cab. It's gonna cost me as much as I'll make making the delivery. Okay. No, I won't be able to go past for 55 miles per hour, I believe. Oh, I can. Oh, 57, okay. Let's drop down to 55 and just stay there. Now I know there's certain rules for trucks, like I believe they're always supposed to stay in the left-hand side unless they're passing cars or something like that. But hell, if I ever follow that rule, I don't follow that rule, you know. Yeah, the sensitivity seems to be really... Let me do one thing. I want to change the sensitivity a little bit. Braking intensity, steering stability, trailer stability. Something controls. Steering sensitivity, here we go. You put it down to there and see what happens. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. Maybe a little bit less, but no, that feels pretty good actually. I'll keep that going. One of the nice things in this game is you'll see these great long open roads. And when you put the music on and you just drive it along, and Yeah, you have a good time. Okay, I'm going to drop the sensitivity down just a tiny bit more. We'll see. It depends on when, like, you get into a city and you're trying to take a 90 degree angle. It's okay here because it's gradual turns, but suddenly if you're in a city and you're trying to take a 90-degree turn, suddenly the truck can't do it. You know, it's different. You know what? I'm gonna speed up because in these American highways, you can speed up. And I'll get my guy up to about 70. I would also like to mention that I'm a little drowsy. I took some medication and some aspirin, and so you know, I'm not exactly straightening out here. I keep on my eyes shut, and suddenly I whip them open real fast, and suddenly I'm like, you know, I should have got some gas. Oh well. Why am I slowing down? What's going on here? Did I suddenly wake up? You know, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm off the road. Sometimes it happens, you know. I like you to pay attention sometimes to the names of these two different towns. It always amazes me the different funny towns. Like there's a town in New Mexico called Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, which they call TRC, Truth or Consequences. Now the city council voted it. They changed the name of the town because back in the 50s there was a game show called Truth or Consequences, and the guy came and visited there, and then decided to rename the entire town to Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Which is always surprising to me. I also hear some really weird names for towns right in Australia, which I always found amusing. American towns tend to have the weird towns tend to have these names like, they're almost creepy names like Perdition or Heaven to Hell or something like that, you know. It's like got a weird religious connotation to it. Whereas if you get Australian names, they're like Wallabaloo or something like that. And you're like, the hell is Wallabaloo? You know, you're like, what is that? Is that just some guy's name or what? You know, is that an animal? Or somebody just said, nah, we'll just call it Wallabaloo. Or maybe the guy who owned the bar there was named Wallabaloo, so they just kept calling it that. You know? You know, you never know, it could be anything. It reminds me of this book, what's this? I have to pull in for okay. I have to pull in for a weight inspection, so. I actually like this part of the game where you have to do this. It's not a lot, it involves almost nothing. You just pull up, stop, and that's it. But, that's it. Just press enter and that's it. Oh, hold on. That's it. You just weigh your truck and that's it. But there was an old book called Spell Singer, and there was a town called it was this guy, it was this human, and he was transported to this land where all the people in the land were, some people could be humans, but very, very rarely most of the people in the land were animals, different animals, otters and foxes and whatever, and you know, intelligent ones, you know. And he had the special ability to, he had his guitar, which was actually an authentic Jimi Hendrix guitar that he had, and that he could cast spells with it by playing it. Not crazy, overly, you know, he couldn't like cast earthquakes and stuff like that, you know. Okay, red light. But it was just, I always just remember this. It was funny because he came across this town and it was called Lynchbaney. And later on in the story you find out why it's called Lynchbaney, because there was this thief, his name was Baney, and they lynched him. So they just called it Lynchbaney, and what they did is they, you know, they left his body hanging in front of the place that he tried to rob, and his body eventually became a skeleton and everything, and people would, you know, give directions by saying like, you know, past the point where you see Lynchbaney, and you know, there's the club there, the bar, you know, and that type of thing. Now I always thought that was sort of funny. I was like, oh, the entire town sort of, it was like a tiny little village, and it began to prosper, and it was centered around the hanging body of the guy, Lynch Bainey, you know, like Bainey, who was lynched in like the town center, you know. And so the town just became the name of Lynch Bainey. Which I always thought was sort of a riot. Oh, I need gas. Hold on a second. Where am I going here? Is there a gas station further up here? Oh, there's plenty up in Framingham. Oh, there's one right here. I might as well just get it right here. What am I thinking? But I always liked that it was, who wrote those stories? It was Alan Dean Foster. And the first couple books were really great. He had sort of wild magic with his guitar, you know. I don't think it was a guitar, I think it was a Fender Stratocaster or something like that, that Jimi Hendrix used to owned. He was, of course, trying to save some lands and all that type of thing. Actually, I think I may read it again. Okay, you guys need to move. I need to get to the gas station. Okay, maybe not. I was going to bang a Yui here. Apparently, yeah, everybody's moving. Okay, oh, maybe I can do it now. Okay. There we go. Thank you, fellas, for letting me in. You have to be careful of some of these gas stations. Some of them are a little tight-fitting, not really made for trucks. $3.09 a gallon. A bit expensive. Usually it's about $2.50 or $2.75 a gallon, or something like that. Or actually, I think it's gone up a little bit. It might be about right, $3 a gallon. A gallon's about 2 liters, so it'd be about $1.50 a liter. And yes, that's the price of gasoline in America. And you wonder why they constantly trying to fight over oil and stuff and make sure they get oil. Because just remember that America's just a huge place, and it's just the vast majority of America runs on like transportation, you know, and if transportation stopped, trucking, for example, there would be a major collapse and like all kinds of things, even, you know, societal collapse, oil and food, particularly food. I mean, okay. Food and water, you know. A great deal of America runs on trucks. It's just the way it is. I gotta put my lights on. By the way, I can't put my windshield wipers on. There you go. And yes, you do have to put them on, or else you get a fine if you don't put them on when it's raining. If you notice down in the bottom left-hand corner, the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see a blue, looks like a bed with a blue, that's lit up blue. That means my guy's getting tireder and tireder. Okay, let me. I have 4 hours before I have to go to sleep. So, it's only 1 hour and 40 minutes before I finish this delivery. So now you'll notice in this game there's a little bit of swearing going on, and that's because of the gamepad. You know, it's certainly a lot harder to sort of keep smooth movement going. You'll see a huge difference when I use the steering wheel in Euro Truck Simulator. You'll see me make smooth, continuous, straight turns. You know. Actually, let me speed up a little bit. Also, when you're going really, really fast in these roads, you tend to lose a little bit of control. Like this type of thing I just did, we are overcompensating a little bit. With the steering wheel, you don't. And by the way, if you do like this game, I would get the little Thrustmaster Porsche steering wheel that I picked up for, I think, $45, and it works perfect for this game, for Euro Truck Simulator. It does not work well for American Truck Simulator unless they fixed it. I haven't checked since the last update. It was working fine before, and then they made an update, and then it screwed it up. And I'm hoping they'll fix it back again. But by the way, you can put on high-beam lights like that, which I will. And you can see what's going on, and you know. And if you do notice, if you get too close to the side, you could hear the sort of wake up, you could hear the, you get too far off the edge there where it's trying to wake you up, you know, in case you're starting to fall asleep. So they really did put a lot into this. Also, there's some kind of highway where you're driving along, it makes like music as you're driving, hitting certain things. You'll start hearing music and stuff. Oop. What is the? Oh, okay, there it is. 45. It's amazing to me you do see a lot of roads like this. You do see a lot of like strip malls and long just open areas like this. Not always. You know, that I'd say the main one thing that they missing. And maybe they'll put this in a different update. Wow, really? Is it already turning yellow? When you're driving along the highways in the like certain highways, there'll be billboards of like for churches, for like, you know, like the Universal Church of the Almighty God or something like that, right? Or something. And you know, some kind of radio station thing where you could listen to it and all this type of thing, and it'll say, you know, go back to God. And then the funny thing is, this seems to be, I've never seen this anywhere else. I've seen this, it seems to be sort of uniquely American in a weird way. And it's fun and it's exasperating at the same time. But the very next billboard you'll see, it'll be like 24-hour day pussy like at the Kit Kat Club. You know, girls, XXX. And you're like, wow. You know? And it's sort of crazy. It's just like, you know, you're like, okay. Okay, we're in Farmington. Here we go. And that's a lot of America. That's a lot of a road. The crazy roads of America. You'll see a lot of. Okay, I forgot to lower my gear shifts there. It'll just be these crazy religious things, and then these churches and stuff, and then strip clubs, or insane strip clubs, and you'll see them along the highway, maybe radio stations or something. You'll see billboards for radio stations or something like that. And there's something bizarrely American about it. I don't know. I mean, I would, and I'm not trying to puff up America or something like that. I would love to hear, I would absolutely love to hear stuff from, if you're from another country, and I know AO is from Australia, I would love to hear you write down comments about stuff like, You know, there's stuff that you just see in Australia and there's nowhere else. You know, like. Oop, oh, okay, I went too far here. Whatever, I can make it. I think. Yeah, I think I can make it. But there must be stuff. There's always stuff in every country. You know, where you just get this weird thing that like, where you're like, I never saw that anywhere else. You know, and it tells you something about the culture and the thoughts behind the, you know, the sort of middle class and the, you know, the what the values are, what are supposed to be the values, you know. You know, in America, a lot of the times the values are supposed to be like, you know, work, church, and you know, you work hard and you know, you go to church and don't wish for anything. You know, don't try to get too much stuff, and you know, and you're gonna get your reward in heaven or something. You know, like that type of thing. You know, don't try to think beyond yourself. Just, you know, work, lead a decent life, and you know, you'll get yours when, you know, in the afterlife, you know. Okay. Let me drop off this cargo. We'll see how things went. Everything's good. I didn't ruin any kind of, if you ruin cargo and stuff like that, you lose money and experience points and stuff, so I didn't do any damage to the cargo or anything like that, so I didn't lose anything. So I'm going to continue. And as, by the way, as you raise up in your skills and stuff like that, you can pick different skills. Rank 1, you could long distance, you could get further and further jobs. High value cargo, you get more money for cargoes that are considered high value and fragile, and just in time delivery. If you get stuff there on time, you get good money. I find that this tends to be the thing you want to get to most. Fuel economy tends to save you money for fuel and stuff, so, and it also helps when your fuel seems to last a lot longer. So, and these tend to be hazardous cargoes. You'll get opportunities to transport hazardous cargoes, like that type of thing. Now, all the people you hire can also get these things. You know, you could specialize them, and you could, you know, change their whatever. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me sit here and do this for a second, and you could watch me. I'm gonna do hazardous cargoes. He's balanced. This is hazardous. It's ADR, hazardous cargo. I'm gonna leave that there. Hers too. I want him to go up in fragile, so he has 2 fragile. Fragile pays pretty good, so there's high value. I think the timed ones pay the most. He's doing higher value, and then afterwards I'll have new fragile. Oh, he's doing okay with just in time, so let's have him do. Let's have a new fragile for right now. He must have moved up. Just in time. Yeah, he's doing okay too, so let's have him do. Let's have this guy do high value. The other guy did fragile. Let's have him do high value. Okay. And what is just in time? I want him to have one more just in time. And then I'll switch him to fragile and high value. He's doing okay with just in time, so let's switch him to okay, I'll have him switch to fragile. I tend to save the fuel economy till last. But I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be doing that because that might be saving me more money than the other ones that I think. I'm not sure, but I tend to put these people up to 2 in fuel economy. That's like 20% savings. And I figure that saves me some extra money. Okay, this guy has hazardous cargo. That's here. His long distance is good. Okay, I'm gonna have him do his just in time, get one more just in time up, and then I'll have him do the economy. By the way, does anybody else ever look at this guy and think this guy looks like Judd Hirsch? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, let's look at my garages. How much money do I have? 460,000. Okay, I need to start putting trucks in Las Vegas. You know what? Maybe I'll make one more video and I'll buy a couple of trucks and put it in Las Vegas and maybe do one drive. But, you know, you tell me if you like it, if you're liking this video. And, you know, if a lot of people don't want to watch it or whatever, I won't bother, but if you're enjoying it and you like it, tell me about it. I won't make it a long, continuous thing. Maybe, you know, maybe just like one extra episode or something, but it's just nice to just check it out and see three episodes or something, or 3 or 4, and that's it, move on to something else. So but that's it. That's all I'm going to show you for right now, and thank you for joining me. Bunnysays, and you know, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope you really enjoyed this and got to mellow out and just watch a little bit of driving. And I know people say, like, I drive all day in real life. Why would I want to come home and drive? But this is different, you know. It's a little mellow. It's just mellow driving, and helps to mellow you out, relax. So, and it's particularly fun. Now, one of the main things about the game is that there is a radio station, and I can do it, but you could listen to all these different music. You listen to like 80s hair metal bands, and you listen to like Radio Poland always has like this all kinds of massive heavy metal and stuff like that. And France has all kinds of crazy techno stuff, and you know, it's great. So you could sit there and just drive down the road listening to this cool music and stuff, you know, and have some fun. When you're in the mood to just listen to some music, it's cool. You could just take an hour drive and just sit there and listen to some music, you know. And you don't really need to, you know the language or anything like that. A lot of the songs are in English and stuff like that, or, you know, what do you care? If they're not, you know, if they sound good, they sound good. So, you know, so. Anyway, I'm going to get off, and really thank you for joining me. So I'm Bunnysays again, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe and all that nice thing, and I'll see you next time. So goodbye.